After next year, I'm out of it.
You're out of it?
Yeah,
Care to elaborate on that?
out of the sport.
Yo, what's good, guys? Shore here. So today we're going to talk about the Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul fight. Now, this is going to be a pretty short video, and the reason it's going to be pretty short is because this fight just got announced, and I don't have too many thoughts about it, but I have enough thoughts to make maybe like a 5-6 minute video or something. So with that being said, let's just get right into it. So my initial thoughts with this Jake Paul Tank Davis fight was it is better than the Mike Tyson fight, but then again, it's not hard to find a fight where you're not fighting somebody that's 57 years old and almost died while training for the fight. That's not really that hard to do. It's going to be on November 14th on Friday night. It's going to be on Netflix, and it's going to be in Atlanta, so that's cool, I guess. So what are my actual thoughts about the fight? How do I think the fight's going to go? In summary, like, I'm not really going to give like a full breakdown because the fight just got announced. What I think's going to happen is I think Tank is either going to get a decision win or a late stoppage, because Jake Paul is just bigger than him. Because obviously Jake Paul is not as good as Tank technically in terms of experience wise. Jake is not a good boxer like Tank Davis is, but Jake is like 60 pounds 70 pounds heavier, so Jake's gonna have that massive weight advantage. So besides that weight advantage, Jake Paul really doesn't have anything going for him in this fight. I don't think he's gonna be able to knock out Tank unless he lands a really good lucky shot. Unless that happens, I don't think Jake's gonna win. But I think Tank's either gonna outpoint him and get a decision, or get a really late stoppage if Jake gets tired and Tank's able to make something happen. In terms of boxing as a whole, I think this fight is a fucking joke. Just like the Mike Tyson fight, I think this fight's also a joke. I don't think it's as much of a joke as the Mike Tyson fight, obviously, because that fight was a disaster. But this fight is still up there with just being a joke. Gervonta Davis clearly isn't in boxing for the legacy or for actually fighting competition. He's in it for the money at this point. Not even just for this fight, just in general. He doesn't box to actually leave a legacy. He's just doing this shit for the money at this point, and he's probably gonna retire after this fight, which is actually really sad. This might actually be Tank's last fight, because he did talk about wanting to retire, you know, because he wasn't really doing this whole boxing thing no more. He didn't really like it no more.
After next year, I'm out of it.
After our second fight.
You're out of it?
Yeah,
Care to elaborate on that?
out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
So this might actually be Gervonta's last fight, and if it is, that's actually like Gervonta's going out sad if Jake Paul is his last fight. Now, in terms for Jake Paul, obviously Jake Paul is trying to just get massive fights. He doesn't really care about fighting opposition. He wants massive fights. He wants fights that people are gonna watch with superstar huge names, and that's why he's been calling out Anthony Joshua, Canelo, Gervonta, and now he's fighting Gervonta, and that's why he did the Mike Tyson fight. And to a degree, I kind of respect that. The fashion of how he's going about it is questionable. He's fighting 57-year-old Mike Tyson's. He's fighting Gervonta Davis, who's like 70 pounds lighter than he is. And obviously, I still think it's stupid. And I mean, am I gonna watch it? Yeah. I'll most likely watch it, but that's because it's on Netflix, and that's because it's gonna be free. I wouldn't pay pay-per-view for this, but I mean, if it's free, then fuck it, I'll watch it. Now, it will be really interesting to see where this goes after Gervonta. Maybe Jake Paul actually fights Anthony Joshua, which, by the way, AJ would actually fucking kill this guy. It wouldn't even, it would actually be so bad. It wouldn't be funny at all, bro. It would actually, Jake Paul would literally just die, bro. But anyway, that's my initial reaction for Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul. Quick little recap. Stupid fight. Tank's in it for the money. Jake Paul just wants massive fights with massive names. We still have Riyadh season where we actually get big fights, like actual 50-50 fights being made by Turki Al-Sheikh. So it's not like we're really missing out. I mean, obviously Tank Davis, like, we want to see him fight people in his weight class, and people like Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Ryan Garcia rematch. Like, we want to see him in these big fights, and he's just not doing it because he just doesn't want to. So it's not the biggest thing in the world, but it's definitely just stupid. But with that being said, I'm done yapping today. God bless. Peace.